Hello and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3, and where we left off, it was, I believe, 1942, and I have run forward the game a little bit. As you can see, the lines are pretty much the same. I finished clearing out this mess up here in the north. So we now hold our river line opposite Riga, so we've recaptured Estonia and the majority of Latvia. Now, in this episode, I'm going to be showing off my sort of plan. Now, I had a decision to make on where I wanted my next offensive to land. A choice between the north again, so an offensive to break through here, and the spearheads would meet up just outside of Minsk at Salihorsk. And, as I say, the options were to move in across like this, or an option to take out the south. Now, I have decided on the slightly more risky option of moving on the south. And to that effect, I have all of these motorised divisions down here, which I'm going to use to hopefully pin down an attack into here. So this group is going to try and take this port. And then I have moved my brand new 17th Army, which has 11 Guard tank divisions, with supporting motorised units, and the victorious 16th Army under Voronov, which is he's now a level 5 commander, who very successfully did the encirclement of Estonia. So this is their second battle, and this is a baptism of fire, this one. Now, to that effect, I have the Great Red Air Force in the sky, and literally all of it that I can put into the battle, I've put in. So we're going to grind down the German Air Force in this battle. And as you can see, they don't have a huge amount of units here to block us. They've only got a couple of motorised, and these are all, you know, superfluous divisions. So the plan of attack is going to be to take this province and this province, and hopefully this one as well, with these two groups. They're attacking me with a single panzer division, and I'm going to try and cut off all of the troops in this basin area here. So literally all of these units. Now, if I can do this, I will completely, I think, wreck the German front, and there will be no recovery from it, if I can do it. In the Far East, we are still being pushed by the Japanese, but I have halted their advance along this line here, and I'm now beginning to counterattack. I'm hoping to do a little encirclement of these two infantry divisions. Another very interesting thing about the Japanese is that they only have 98 manpower left. They have been wrecked through their attacks in China. And they're not building any additional units now because of their lack of manpower. So if I can just destroy a few units, cause some more attritional damage, then realistically, we've got a very good chance of really finishing them. Now, I have a load of events to trigger, but I don't want to trigger because they'll take units out of the front line. I don't want to do that. So, I think let's begin and see at least how my advance looks. So, to that effect, let's take the 16th Army. Deselect the core commands. And only select my guard tank divisions and armour. And push straight in. And then let's do the same for the units here. And I can push pretty much all these units up. Push them in as well. Let's see how these battles look. So it's going to be the Battle of Abukiev and Kaniv. So Abukiev, we are attacking over a river, but we have a lot of tank divisions. They've only got a Panzer Ersatz brigade to stop us. And then in Kaniv, they are suffering major supply issues by the looks of it as well. So let's break in. This is almost our sort of watershed moment now. They look like they're melting. So that was a Far East battle that we just won. You know what? I might support with this tank division that encirclement operation. Oh, the Americans are pushing up. I think America took Iwo Jima. Oh, wow. Yeah, this could be the end of Japan very quickly. Right, keep on pushing. And then the real question is, how many units can they get out? And let's move our southern wing up. You know what? Just for safety, I am going to keep a couple of units behind. I think supply is a problem. If we can just break across the river, suddenly everything will become a lot easier. We are lacking a little bit of ice here at the moment, not a huge amount. And the aim will be to recreate another river line here, and hopefully retake Kiev. That one's less of a hard and fast rule, but a new line sort of stretching from here and across this river. I mean, if we can this year push and maybe knock out Romania, that would be a major victory. And in fact, you know what? I'm going to set the puppet war goal on them now. Same thing, I think, with Hungary. Those are my optimistic objectives. We are over the river. Now, let's take all of these units. Push up. Same thing here. I think we're going to go with all of you. And we're going to go straight down. But I'm going to leave you two behind. Have I got any other weaker motorized units? Yeah, all of you. Let's leave you behind, but get you to support the attack. And I'm going to get you to support the attack there. Let's just break over the lines. This battle here is taking a little bit longer than I would have liked. Here's more of our Guard infantry divisions coming up. There we go. Let's get everyone into position. We are being counterattacked by a single German division, but that's not enough. Let's take you guys like so. Let's take you guys... In fact, let's leave the garrisons. But let's take all of these divisions. Straight through. The brigade has been defeated. When are you going to get there? At 12. Let's take all of our guards divisions. Keep the advance going. I'm going to leave them behind. And everyone else is going to move up. They are struggling. Next up, I'm going to move you guys that way. You guys up one, and then I think we will take the rest of our divisions, bar those two, and just move them up. Let's just pin them in place. Supply is a problem. And we can see the noose is starting to come round the neck of these guys. And I want to force them to retreat the other direction. Let's support attack here and just get them over. Yeah, the AI just can't handle it. Supply is, well, a massive problem. Over we go. Let's see how many we can get. And I think we've already done it. Right, guards divisions. On further movement. Right, we are struggling for supply a little bit here. And in fact, this breakout hasn't quite worked as we would have expected it to. Lack of supplies is having an impact here. But down here in the south, this has worked splendidly. We're going to have to assess our haul pretty soon. So you're going to get there on the 15th. You're moving very fast. Well done. And There we go. Pocket. We caught the Greater Deutschland Division, the 3rd Panzer. What's that? That's the 4th Panzer Division. Several Bulgarian divisions. The Das Reich. Yes, very good. And exactly what was required. So, let's complete this. Push out. I want all of our divisions to cross the river. We have captured a lot. And it looks like supply is the pivotal issue here. So what's that? That's 18,000 soldiers, 22,000. Troops pretty much all over the line. And over we've gone. I think we should now push up in this direction. Let's push up towards Kiev. Hold there. This is perfect. This was the best case scenario, really. Was that supply had crippled them to this point. Now, they still have a lot of units. Let's see if we can get over the river as a jumping off point. And it's imperative that we break them down, really, as soon as possible. It looks like the 1st Panzer Division is... Oh, we caught the 1st Panzer Division. The 19th Panzer Division as well. This is a lot of Panzer Divisions. Very good news. And heavy Panzer Divisions. Oh, the Greater Deutschland. That's how you do it. And I think I'm going to take 5 guard divisions there. Let's take the other 5 like so. Let's beat them into submission. And let's get over the river before they have a chance to react. Hopefully retake Odessa. Perfecto. This is our Bagration. Okay. BD divisions. Let's push these guys across. Okay, we just lost the battle, which is unfortunate. Let's move up these NKVD divisions to be blockers. Let's do that and move them in. Okay, so they have a few units with organisation here, but it's not a huge amount. Push up. Right, we're struggling with supply a little bit down here. I don't know what it is with this area, but supply is always a nightmare down here. So I'm not sure. We've caught 2 units here to the tune of 14,000. Then here we have, what's this? $125k. And I'm going to wheel these guys back. So 250,000 troops there. And in this pocket, a further 273,000. And this one had 145,000. Plus those ones that we need to bring in. I forgot about them. And then what about this one? What's that? 115,000. It doesn't matter if we lose a few battles. All that matters is that they're pinned. You know what, I'm going to move them back. And move them to take part in this battle as well. So it's well over 1 million men here that we've caught. That includes some quite famous German divisions. Like the 1st Panzer Division. What about up here? An SS Panzer Division, 19th Panzer Division, and then in the south, another SS, the 8th, the 5th, the 4th, the 18th, the Greater Deutschland, the 1st SS Lebensstarter Panzer Division, the 4th Panzer Division, lots of panzers. Sad to be a German today. It's perfect. Hopefully we can attack there. Ah, we already are. They're holding out better than I thought they would. And it's just a case of trying to liquidate these pockets now. Push up. Push up. Push up. Push up. We'll take the 5 guard divisions that way towards Kiev. Come on, finish it. We've done the hard work, just get it finished. And they're holding out in the city of Karivire. Again, I apologise for my pronunciation. Oh, and let's see if we caught anyone else of note. 3rd Panzer Division. And a load of cores. And Slovak Mobile Division. all they're doing is bouncing from one battle to another. Let's cut south. Let's break there, let's break there, let's break there. Might be spreading our forces a little bit thin. Don't want to be too reckless. We don't want them to re-establish a land connection with any of these units. Let's push up though. Just lost the battle there. Let's hold. Because we're still a little bit shaky until we've got these massive groups of units. So in fact, there you go. There's a full list of everything we've caught. Ah, and that one in the north's dealt with. It looks like they're shifting forces over. And there we go. That's another victory. Let's just go straight for it. So 45 units. So yes, we've just killed over 1 million units in that one battle. 77,000 have just done. And there we go. Right, let's halt all of this. Let's stop moving. Okay, so that was pretty much a complete success. Now the real question is, do I want to carry this on, or do I just want to hold at this river line now and maybe use, reclaim Kiev and then use the swamp as a natural barrier in the north? That is the question. But this has done pretty major damage to the Germans. I don't think they can realistically recover from that now. Let's see a couple of light tank divisions that I have on the build queue. Just won the Battle of Fastiv. Push up. HQ, Core HQ. We'll take that one off as well. You can get self-propelled artillery brigade, airborne mixed support, artillery fire control techniques, anti-air ammunition, light armor infantry support tanks, armored car designs. Special Forces branch upgrade, and asymmetric, a load of different extreme combat tactics. So let's get the urban fighting equipment first. Well, in fact we can get a few more than that. Happy days. You know what, let's get all of those going, because they're all useful. And we've got a little bit more leadership off the back of this advance. I'm just going to leave those there. There we go. Okay, so our units now are a little bit disordered, but the German units are pretty disordered as well. I'm thinking, as I say, a slight push just to retake Kiev, so a line that will run like this. And I might try and keep our bridgehead towards Odessa. Yeah, I think so. And then maybe I'll plan a second advance, because it's still only May in the north, and do that second one that I planned, where we cut off the Minsk area. Because once we've done that, I don't think they'll have too many units left. Well, in fact, they've got a little rebellion going on. Isn't that helpful? Where are they moving panzer divisions to? I have no idea where they're sending those. But anyway, let's have a little look at the manpower situation then with Germany. They've still got nearly as much manpower as me. And then Japan, 106. So we need to keep applying pressure there. But I think I'm going to call it an episode here. Let's just get to the end of the month. Let's continue this push. Let's try and take Kiev back. The job's been pretty much done in the far south. Let's get our units out of here. Taking up that battle now. We lost some blueprints, what do you do? 7 units is not a lot. So the southern front has completely collapsed. The only problem that we have at the moment is supply, which is causing us no end of issues. So in the space of 1 month, we've wiped out just over 1 million German units out of the field. That's pretty good going. I'm relatively happy with that. Oh, of course I'm doing blitzkrieg tactics now. Okay, upgrades. Looking good. Yeah, they've all just finished. Let's get the anti-tank ones. And the sloped armour. Let's keep the officer creation going, up to 42,000. We've turned ourselves into a bit of a juggernaut. You've got to nearly be there. June 1st. No, 12 o'clock. Good. Right, I think we've just overrun another German unit there. think we're about to surround Odessa. And with that, we enter June. With the whole of the German Southern Front completely eradicated as a fighting force. So we've broken through in the south. Now we have a real question on whether or not we should just punch straight away for these two victory provinces and hopefully take out Romania without a fight. So I think I'm going to leave it here. Let me know what you think I should do. Should I call a halt to the offensive here and maybe not overextend myself and just let it ride? Or should I carry on the offensive into Romania, try and get Romania puppeted and out of the war, because if we puppet them, we'll take all of their units out of the way, and, you know, they've got a fair amount of units all over the front, especially up here in the north, where they have pretty much, I mean, Riga, we just get that immediately, and I can just push in. Should I do a general offensive across just the entire line, especially around here, where I've got numerical superiority pretty heavily now, although not a lot of tank divisions. All of my tank divisions are still in the north. But let me know what you think I should do. Or should I do another fairly methodical advance in the far north and just push straight in to Salenhorst and take all of these units here out of the battle? Those are the options. So thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you think I should do in the comments below. And I look forward to seeing you in the next part. It's nearly the 1 year anniversary of my channel going live. And as of recording today, I'm on 183 subscribers, which is really good. That's amazing. And there's a new DLC, I think, coming out for Hearts of Iron 4 at the end of February, and I think I'm going to get it because I bought the season pass years ago, hopefully for free. So I'm debating whether or not starting a new series on Hearts of Iron 4. Let me know whether or not you think that's a good idea, and maybe some suggestions on who I should play as. I was thinking Portugal might be fun, because I haven't really played much Hearts of Iron 4, and if I am going to start playing it, I'd like to get some tips and things, and maybe play a nation where I can just get the ropes. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this episode, as we've completely crushed the Germans in the south. And hopefully this is now a catalyst for me to move into Germany proper, probably in 1944, because I think by the end of 1943 we might have been able to get back to the beginning of the Soviet border. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great evening. Thanks again. Bye bye.